Excuse me? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imai and today is BTV Tuesday. BTV is the series on my channel where we watch an episode of a TV show. It's been cartoons, but we can switch it up while I put my makeup on. So today we're going to be watching My Life as a Teenage Robot. Listen, you're gonna understand when we get to the part in the episode, but literally only one improvised line of this episode made me do this episode because it was in the deepest like back part of my brain, and then when I remembered, I started dying, and then I rewatched the episode and then I started dying again. So I was like, we gotta watch this episode. I don't even care about what happens in the rest of the episode. We gotta watch it. So today we are watching season 1 episode 12 called The Great Unwashed. Today my makeup, there's a certain aesthetic that I'm striving for. Like, I'm gonna put pictures on the screen of what I'm looking to do with my face today, because I feel like I try so hard to get to that aesthetic, but I just can't seem to. I lost another nail, by the way. I can't seem to achieve it, so let's see if I can do that today. The episode begins and it's two guys at a, sorry, I had to move my mirror. There are two guys at a like a junk car lot thing, like where they press the thing onto car. Is that a real thing? Do they actually do? Here I go asking dumb questions in the beginning. I feel like I've never seen one of those where they actually like crush the cars. But the guy at the junk car place, he said that they're turning old rental cars into new rental cars, so they're smashing them in this machine. And a guy runs up and he's like, I left some personal items in the car. And he's like, oh man, that sucked. Like, that's kind of tragic. And he's like, you don't understand. Like, I'm a dynamite salesman. Like, these cars are going to explode. So everyone's like freaking out that one of the cars is going to explode, and they can't tell which car it is because all of the cars look the same. So Jenny hears all the commotion of everyone repeating the term dynamite salesman, and she figures out which car has the dynamite in it and then gets rid of that car. And then the salesman mentions that there's a second car that has dynamite in it, which ends up blowing her away as she's trying to get the other car. Why didn't you mention in the beginning that there were two cars that had dynamite in them? Why did you rent two cars? From the blast of the dynamite, Jenny is destroyed. She's like all dinged up. She's got dirt all over her, but the bell rings for school and she still has to go inside, and she still looks like crap. So in the school, all of the girls and guys are like fixing their hair, putting lip gloss on, like trying to look nice. And Jenny approaches Brad. She's like, what's all the commotion about? And he's like, you know, you almost missed your chance. Don Prima, the most popular guy in school, is having another one of his legendary parties, and you almost missed your chance to get invited. And she goes, oh, well, how do I get invited? And he goes, just act nonchalant. Just act cool, and he'll invite you to the party. Jenny like leans up against a locker trying to be all cool, and like the locker kind of folds in on herself, and mind you, she's still all like dinged up and dirty, and she's like stuck in the locker trying to get herself out. And then the baddest, I don't care, these two girls, literally, I'm confident saying that they have to be like at least top 5 baddest cartoon on TV of any cartoon ever created ever. These girls are baddies. I love the Crust cousins. Brittany and Tiffany stand in front of her and they're like, don't worry, we'll block your like humiliating display of whatever's going on here. Obviously not trying to actually help her. The one that's Cree Summer. I never knew which one was Brittany and which one is Tiffany. Let me Google it real quick. Okay, so Tiffany is like, why are we helping her? Like, we don't like her. And they're like, well, if we're standing in front of her, no one can see her. And if they can't see her, Dawn can't invite her to the party. Do you understand, like, where I'm going with this? And she's like, yeah, I understand. I get it. So they're standing in front of her, blocking her. And they zoom out, and these girls, their outfits, oh my God. Like, oh my, like, chewed, swallowed, metabolized. These eat every single time. Every time they're on the screen, they are nourishing. Okay? These, oh my god. They look so good always. So Dawn walks up to Brad and hands him, Brad and gives him his invitation. And he's like, oh wow, awesome. Have you met Jenny? And Britt and Tiff are like, it's Britt and Tiff and we already have our invitations. And because Brad knows that like Jenny was just standing there, he goes, what happened to Jenny? And she, from behind the locker, she like extends her arm, because you know she's a robot. She's like, me, I'm back here. And then Brad is like, not Brad, Dawn is like, oh, you must be that robot girl. I look like a floating head. Jenny comes from behind the lockers and Brad is trying to vouch for her. He's like, you know, having a robot girl at your party is really going to be a big topic of conversation. You should invite her. Britt is like, well, I thought this party was supposed to be a formal affair. And they zoom out to Jenny and she's still all like dinged up and banged up and just dirty. So Dawn just looks at her and him and Britt and Tiff just walk away because, girl, you dirty. You're not coming to my party. This is the line, bro. This is the line that made me do this episode. Britt's like, I thought this was supposed to be a formal affair. And they said, I guess she wasn't programmed with personal hygiene. And then Cree Summer, in the back, she goes,
I guess that robot wasn't programmed for personal hygiene. You.
Stank.
Stank. Oh my god. Like, I was screaming. Like, why would you say that? Oh my god. Like, oh my god. So, at the diner after school, Brad is holding his invitation. He goes, it sucks you didn't get invited to the party. It's going to be, like, I'll miss you there. And Brad's brother, y'all know I don't be knowing names, Tuck, and he's like, well, why don't you just ask your mom to fix you up so that you can go to the party? And Jenny goes like, I can't ask her. I just had my tune-up and she'll total me if I ask her to fix me up again because, you know, I just keep getting dinged up so bad. Across the street from the diner is a mechanic, and she notes that maybe someone at the mechanic will be able to help her, like, not back together, but like more put together, getting her looking nice. Brad thinks that the guys at the mechanic are like kind of a tough looking crowd, so he offers to go over there and talk to the guys for her. And he goes over there and of course he's bombing. But Jenny just steps up and she's like, would you guys mind helping me out? Like getting all gussied up for my first like formal party. And the guys are like more than happy to help her. So they sit her in the chair and they are like getting her looking all cute and they're like so sweet about it. Jenny comes out of the mechanic and she's now she's bright red instead of her usual teal. She has flames painted on her feet and on the ends of her ponytails, and Shorty's looking good. She looks really good. Like, and I don't know, it's so cute. The guys were so nice to her, gave her like the full experience. Like, aw, y'all are sweet. So when Jenny goes to school the next day, everyone is complimenting her, telling her how gorgeous and stunning she looks with her new paint job. And even Dawn is impressed by how she looks now after this makeover. Britt and Tiff in these bumblebee outfits, oh my god, they look so... They're... I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that they're the villains. They are serving. They look so good. It actually hurts my feelings. They look fantastic. And Dawn rushes over there to give her an invitation. He claims that she's definitely going to be the center of attention with how amazing she looks. And Britt and Tiff are fuming. So they stomp off all mad, and Tiffany's like, how are we supposed to compete with that? And Brittany's like, it's not about competing with it. It's about making her look horrible. And Tiffany says that she has a guy for that. A guy that's perfect for making her look horrible. I feel like I'm achieving what I set out to achieve with this look. I gotta see how it comes together though. So even in their like undercover trying to be slick looks, like they still look amazing. And they are walking through alleys through what Brittany calls the slums to find a guy that Tiffany knows called the Mudslinger. So I guess the Mudslinger is like a journalist slash like villain. Brittany and Tiffany ask him to get the dirt on Jenny. It's a figure of speech, get the dirt to get gossip, but also to physically get dirt on her. And he agrees. So back at Jenny's house, she's like hype, getting ready for the party. And she hears someone screaming in the distance. We know it's the Mudslinger, but she don't know it's the Mudslinger. Okay, so the Mudslinger and Jenny are fighting. She is constantly dodging like his attempts to get mud on her. He has like an ink pen that he's trying to get ink on her, dump ink on her. There's garbage cans trying to get stuff on her. She is just ducking and dodging all of it until she backs him into a corner, and then he pulls out one of those old-timey pens and has a puppy and holds it to the puppy's neck, and he goes, "Back up or the pup gets it." Excuse me? What is happening? This is kind of a lot. What are Britt and Tiff paying you? Are they paying you? Why? How did we get this far? So the puppy like unzips its head or something, and it's actually a bomb, and the bomb explodes, causing her to go back to her same like dingy, messed up, like dinged up like body the way she was at the beginning of the episode. And she gets so mad, she like turns her hand into like a big old mallet, and she starts punching the walls in anger, and she's getting closer and closer to him as she's doing this. And he's like begging, he's like, "Please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, like I was just hired to do this. I put like the Crust cousins put me up to this, like I don't even know you, girl, like I don't have nothing against you, like please don't hurt me right now. I've never even been invited to a party in my life." And she's like, "Well, do you want my invitation?" Now I don't know if she did this out of pity for him or if she planned to have him go and ruin this party. Like, he shows up to the party and he declares that the Crust cousins invited him to liven up the party because the Crust cousins think that the party is boring. And of course, the Crust cousins are like, no, like we don't know him. We don't think your parties are boring. And all of the party people are turning on them like, "I knew it was a wrong idea for you to invite those Crust cousins. They're always messy, And the Crust cousins essentially get kicked out of the party. Everyone decides that they can't stand the Crust cousins while the Mudslinger is like getting dirt all over people. Like, he has his little ink pen and he's like spraying ink all over everyone at the party. So Jenny is walking home from the party and she's dreaming of what could have been if she had attended and looked nice. Brad and Tuck, don't know how Tuck got an invite, or did they get a +1? Because that would have solved a lot of issues here. But they are walking to the party and they overhear Jenny fantasizing about what could have been if she went to the party, and you know how much fun she could have had if she went. And they see her in her backyard just being all sad about how she wasn't able to go, and they go to the backyard and they try to cheer her up by spraying her with water and, you know, just having a little water fight in the backyard. And like the guys from the mechanic are there too, and they start having this water fight with water balloons and everything, and it really is cheering Jenny up. And Brad goes, "Once we get you all cleaned up, you know, we can head over to the party." And she goes, "I have a feeling that party is gonna suck," because she knows what she did sending him over there to that party. And they're just like laughing and having a good time, and episode over. Now, I don't care. I love the Crust cousins. Those are my girls. Those are my they're hysterical. One of them is Cree Summer. One of them is British. That's 3 points on the board already. and they serve looks every single time. Every time they're on screen. Every single time they're on screen. They serve looks. They serve coordinated looks. They look good. I can't help but to love them, right? Like, probably like favorite TV cartoon villains. Were they antagonists for sure? I love them. Those are my girls. Now, were they wrong for what they did? It's hard to say yes. What really did they do? She wasn't gonna get invited to the party anyway because she was all dinged up and dirty, right? It was kind of messy of them to go get some journalist slash villain to get dirt on her, but like, y'all could have did that yourselves, but also queen for having someone else do your dirty work for you. I don't know. Were they wrong in what they did by getting this guy to get dirt on her? Yes. But am I mad at it? No. I love them. Those are my girls. I love them. I can't help it. They just look so good. Crust Cousins they're funny and they're serving looks. Like, underrated cartoon villains for sure. Did I achieve the look I wanted to achieve with my makeup? Maybe I just have one of those round faces that isn't good for like sexy sultry makeup. I don't know, because I'm very oval in the face, like no angles happening here, you know what I mean? But like, the concept is there, it's just the features aren't. I just have a round face. But yeah, I don't know that I have much to say about this episode. I love the Crust Cousins. And that's that. I just love them. I really wanted to do the Fashion War episode, but I couldn't freaking find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. But because that episode, when they were going back and forth with their looks, like, I live. But this is a close second, just because the way that Cree Summer said stank. So funny. So funny. This is such a good show. And if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Paramount Plus and maybe Hulu, but definitely on Paramount Plus. So, thank you guys so much for chatting with me. I know this has been a short one, but My Life as a Teenage Robot is one of those shows where they have episode A and episode B within a 20-minute time span. So the episode I watched today was really only 9 minutes long. So if you want to watch the show again, we definitely can. I love this show. The show is so much fun. And I'm trying to shake up like new shows for you guys to watch, because I know we watch the same like 5 shows on repeat, but I'm trying to give you guys some new shows. So if there's any show that we haven't watched yet that you want to watch, put it in the comments. If you want to leave a suggestion, you can also email me. It's easier for me to see it that way, because it gets lost in the comments. And I will just see you guys Thursday. Bye.